Wow. Okay, so I'm going to start off this video by saying, yes, I'm doing the thing on YouTube where you film multiple videos at once but change your clothes so that it doesn't look like it's just the same video but cut up into separate topics. But like, one, I'm doing it because it does give a little bit of freshness to the video, like for thumbnails and stuff. Like, it's a different clothing, isn't it? It just separates them all. Like, imagine if you just wore the same clothing in every video and the thumbnail was you in the same top in every video. You'd just be like, he literally does not have any other clothes. Secondly, if I am wearing the same t-shirt in 2 videos, yes, I may have filmed the video at the same time, but also it could be a high chance that I wear that t-shirt more than once after I buy them. I could, you know, wear that t-shirt, put it in the wash, and wear that t-shirt again after it has been washed. Everything about that, people do wear their clothes more than once. What are you gonna do? You want to do the video naked? Then you won't have to worry about me changing my clothes. But, to be honest, it's only this. So yeah, sometimes these videos will seem like I've kind of talked about it in a vlog, but I want to kind of do it as like a proper talking to the camera, thinking about it, as opposed to like a random thought in the day. But this video is about how you should invite people over saying you should have asked. Because the only times I think you should have asked is appropriate is if you want a present off someone or you want them to stop doing something to you. You should have asked, because they're not going to know what present you want if you don't ask for it, and they might not know you want them to stop doing something to you if you don't ask them. But when you say you should have asked in terms of being invited to do something with someone, the reason why that doesn't work is because, I'm trying to think of it in a way, because if you think like that, there must be something that's making you think that that's a good way of living. But I guess you'd be like, well, we can't invite everyone. But like, if you think about someone in relation to something, but then don't invite them, then they're just not going to know that you kind of wanted them there. It's the thing of, I often wasn't invited to stuff. There's a lot of things that went on during high school that I wasn't invited to for whatever reason. Basically I think what it comes down to is, like, the reason why it's very difficult for me is because I'm thinking of different scenarios and just being like, you could easily just say, well, you could have asked. But basically it comes down to, if you are the planner or the person who is hosting the event, or you're friends with that person and you're inviting loads of other people, like, that has priority over the people in the world knowing about the event and asking if they can come. Because if you weren't invited but want to do that thing, the way that it feels is, if they wanted you to be there in any way, then they would have asked you. But it's kind of a thing like, you're obviously not important enough to have been considered, so therefore you don't ask, because you're obviously not important enough for them to actually ask you if you want to be there. And then you don't ask because they obviously didn't want you to be there, otherwise they would have asked you. And then if it's like, say there's an event and you hear about it and someone's talking about it, like, whoever that person is talking about it, they're like, oh, we're going to go to this thing on Saturday, but then they're talking about it in front of you, but then don't kind of like ask if you're going, or don't kind of inquire as to like what time you're getting there and stuff like that. Like, one, it's kind of rude because you're talking about something that someone obviously isn't invited to in front of them, and you're not inviting them. Like, why are you being such a douchebag? Like, if anything, talk about it not around them. Like, so let me give you a scenario that I think this situation works with. So my brother and his friend were over here yesterday, and so like, he was saying how his friend was coming over. That's fair enough, but then it kind of like slipped my mind. But then they were in the kitchen cooking some food, and I went down there just because I wanted some food. But then I kind of stayed there around them for a bit, and so basically I love to hang out with my brother and his friends because his friends were hilarious, and they was like talking shit and banter and stuff like that. I love to hear it. I'm not good at it myself, but I love what other people say because other people are funny to me. And so I kind of went to leave, and my brother was like, oh, you're going to bed? And I was like, nah, we're just finishing here. So, and then he was like, oh, okay. So then I just kind of left. The thing was, like, I wasn't invited to that situation, so I didn't feel like I should have been there. Afterwards, he said that they went and played zombies and stuff. Like, I would have loved to have played zombies, but I thought, if someone doesn't invite you to something or open up the situation to involve you, then you feel like they don't want you to be there. And it might sound petty, but it's genuinely like, if someone doesn't invite you to something, do you really feel like you should be there? Like, do you really feel like you're welcome there without them having asked you? Like, I don't know why. I guess it's kind of like involved with confidence and stuff like that, but I don't know how. Life is so much like it is in the films. People normally say that it isn't, but it really is. Like, if you're a person who isn't invited to stuff, and it's genuinely quite sad, like how you would see it in films. You know, genuinely, this could be one of the times when I actually flip my point of view around and go the other way, because people can't ask everyone, and it's a genuine thing. Like, maybe they would want you there. Like, I'm thinking about in school and stuff, like, they can't ask everyone, they can't remember everyone. There's so many people, and our school was a small school, but if you don't ask, you're presuming you're not invited or welcome there. If you ask, you'll get a yes or no, won't you? You'll know if you're allowed there or not. And it's really sad for me to realise, genuinely realising somebody, like, maybe if I just asked. That's definitely a confidence thing. I didn't have much confidence in high school, and I feel like I must be at the confidence level now where I'm realising the impact of the words you should have asked. Because, to be honest, if you're expecting a no, the worst you can get is a no. But most of the time people really gather it. Oh, it's so weird to just, like, remember this, or, like, realise this, and it be captured on camera. Like, the worst you're gonna get is a no if you're expecting a no. But most of the time people will just be like, yeah, come on, like, it will just genuinely accepting you into the situation will just be, yeah, okay, like, that's it, like, yeah, come along. I guess the moral of this video is, like I talked before, of the terms and conditions apply, and how I was going to expand upon that. The moral of this is, like, don't live your life like a movie. Don't wait for the special moment when someone invites you for you to get happiness out of that and then be involved with those people. You should ask. Don't let it get this far. Don't let it get up to the point where you... I guess the moral of the video is, don't let the conditions be the result of terms you thought someone else was setting out. Terms and conditions apply.